Hey y'all, welcome back to Dixie Customs. We're getting all the parts out, accessory parts out that we painted for the truck out of the paint booth to get the main body of the truck in there to get it prepped to paint. So, say that 15 times fast. We're waiting on parts to come in. They can't say when they're going to be delivered because they don't give you a specific date when they're delivered, just a random time. So we're waiting on parts. We had to go to Georgia for a funeral, so we've had several hold-ups. So it's going to be a two-part video. Sorry about that. Maybe a three-part video if the parts don't come in. But let's get this underway, and thanks for coming back and watching.
Well, we've got all the parts prepped and in here in the paint booth. Got the bed, the cab, the fenders, and the valence panel up here. Still got to bring the hood in here. But he's going to paint the blue on there first, and then once he gets that done and ready to paint the gray, then we'll bring the hood in. Right now we're going to get it all wiped down. It's only 3 in the morning, so I'm not sure if he's going to continue on painting tonight or not. What are you thinking? Probably. That means I've got to stay up and video. I was ready to go to bed. So we got smart and put degreaser in a spray bottle. Usually we just wipe it on there. Uh-oh, we've got spider webs in the paint booth. It's nice and shiny now.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Don't like to paint so fast, did you?
No, I didn't. While he's spraying, I'm going to get to wiping this off up here on the fenders, and we'll get this thing prepped and ready for paint. Well, after a lot of prepping, we finally got this pulled in the paint booth. Got the blue sprayed on the bottom half and on the top of the cab. So we're just letting this dry now so that we can start taping that off and getting ready to spray the gray. Then after that, it'll be ready for the clear to be sprayed on. So while this is drying, we're gonna go take a little break, grab us something to eat, and get back to work. Well, we've got the blue sprayed on, got everything taped and masked off. Getting ready to bring the hood inside the paint booth and start on the gray. And then after it dries, we'll be ready to spray on the clear. So it's about midnight, so we've got another long night ahead of us, so we're gonna get busy. Spraying the first coat of gray on there, so he's working in a tight area in there with all the parts being disassembled. It takes up a lot more space than usual, so I'm sure that's fun to move around and not try to back into. I'm sure I would have already done it. But once this dries, we'll untape everything and the next step will be clear. So he's going to get this first coat on, let it dry, put a second coat on, and we'll go from there. Doesn't have a whole lot of room in there. everything disassembled, it takes up the whole paint booth.
Hey, thanks, good.
Alright, so the gray is sprayed on there. We've given it time to dry. Now we're going to be unwrapping it, untaping it. But it's Rodney's birthday, so he's getting to unwrap his birthday present. Do what? Yeah, it's pretty good. Looks like it's sticking pretty good to me. So everything turned out good, so we're gonna get all this unwrapped and we'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. Okay, well here it is, all unwrapped, all untaped. Everything looks really good. The paint laid down really well. So now we finally got a blue and gray truck again. So we're giving it about 10 more minutes or so before we're ready to spray the clear on it. I think it looks really cool with this matte flat finish, but it'll look even better once we get the clear on it. So we'll video some of him spraying the clear on in just a few minutes and we'll show you what it looks like then. Well, we're finally at the final stage of the painting process, which is the clear. So that's going on now. He may have to put another coat on after he finishes this first one, but we're hoping it turns out good. So we'll see in a few minutes. Glad he's wearing that mask today with spraying this clear, because it just seems to linger as a fog in that paint booth. Alright, this is the first look at the first coat of clear. So I'm going to check it out, see if there's any spots that need to be fixed or looked at. So far, everything looks good. Let's check the bed out. looks like it laid down pretty flat, so everything seems to be good so far. I'll have to go out there and get my flashlight that I used to really inspect it. He said he saw a couple of gnats fly into the hood. All right, well, I'm gonna go out here and grab my flashlight and go back over this. And then once he gets the second coat sprayed on, I'll come back and show you the final results. Well, we got this thing cleared about 6:30 this morning. So everything's looking pretty good. So we're happy to be finished with all the paint and body work on this one. Now we've just got to reassemble everything, put it on the new frame. So it turned out really good. So we're going to let this sit and cure before we start pulling any parts out into the shop. We're going to finish up another project we've got going. And while this one's sitting in here in the paint booth, we're going to be working on another one. So next step on this one will be getting it rolled out and installed onto the frame. Well, today we're having to move everything around in the shop, get the frame over on the lift so we can start getting the body out of the paint booth and start putting it back on the frame. To move our other project we're working on, we had to move it outside out of that last bay so that we can get all these parts over there. Then once we get those over there, we'll bring that project back in and put it over here on this side. We haven't got the parts out of the paint booth yet, so once we get the frame over there, we'll start doing that next.
Bring it back a little bit.
Good thing he knows how to maneuver that forklift around good in here in these tight spaces. We keep saying we're going to do some spring cleaning, we just haven't started yet.
Can't go out.
Start moving out the body parts. Managed to get some space cleaned out in here. Rodney said we had a big shop now.
Now the assembly part begins.
Yeah, now we put together the model car.
With bigger components.
Mm-hmm.
Sit that one about upside the finger. Don't worry if you want to. It's blue and gray.
It is. Everything looks so good. All that rubbing on this truck made it turn out real slick.
Now the drivability side of it. Let's see if it'll drive.
Take it for it. Yeah, take it for its first spin. Hold up.
What do we look like? You good?
Yeah.
Can you see?
Keep going. Keep going. About a little bit more.
This side don't turn. Alright. Let me put the rearview mirror on so I can't see.
You're a little too far this side. Need to straighten up a little bit.
That's better.
Yeah. Still a little farther to the driver's side, but I think it'll be okay.
It'll work right until it don't. Okay. Now we got painted the firewall. I mean the floorboard. Get it shored up on this thing so it don't fall off.
Sure don't want that.
I don't know. We definitely don't want that. Don't even want to think about that. Don't be clapping. Oh, you clapping by the time now it's gonna fall off?
No, I'm about to get the dust off.
Oh, so you ain't even the wrong period. You just.
I missed my mouth. Dang.
Alright, well, he got his calculations together and put some boards on the arms of the lift. They're held down with some big C-clamps. So we're going to try raising it up. How's it looking?
Looks like it needs to be painted.
Again?
This never has been painted. What we got going on over here?
Did y'all fix the bullet hole?
No, we ain't fixed the bullet holes right here.
Where is it?
Really?
Yeah, this thing's got a bullet hole in it right there. Somebody shot from inside the cab out the floorboard. Rodney,
Sherry
was that
riding
you?
around shooting shit.
Oh, that was Sherry.
Yeah. She left the building.
She's not even in here. Alright, well I guess we're gonna get the paint together to get the bottom of this painted. But first I think he's gonna get the bed out of the paint booth, so we'll head on over there. You need some help?
Make sure it don't hit the door.
Well, we're getting close on this side. You're good. Alright, well there's your model parts for your model truck you gotta put back together.
Yeah.
Life size.
Yeah, that's what Rodney said. The lifestyle model part.
Mm-hmm. Do you like to do this as much as you like putting models together as a kid?
No.
I didn't think so.
I don't like this no more.
We're gonna get the core support and the inner fenders sprayed black. Rodney and Sherry are over here painting underneath the cab. They've almost got it finished, so it's looking a lot better.
A lot cleaner anyway.
Yeah, a lot cleaner. I didn't video beforehand though.
Yep.
It looks like a 4-wheel drive.
Been playing in the mud.
That's looking good. Alright, well, I'm gonna see how these parts turned out. Well, he's not even in here. I'll have to go out here and see where he went. Those turned out pretty good. So let's see if we can find him. There you are.
What are you doing?
I thought you were in there, so
No,
checking out the
I'm
parts.
trying to make some more. My light blew back here, so I can't see nothing.
So we're mixing more black.
Yeah. Maybe we can get this thing finished this weekend, I hope. think everybody got the floor over there painting.
Yeah, I just videoed them. They're about finished with that one. And it'll be about ready to start on the frame.
Alright. 673.
So, got it on the scale there. Just having to round up the next color, I guess.
What's that? What? 673?
Yeah.
What do we need then? 1.4 grams. 673, 1.4 grams. That says red, this is blue. 673. 673, okay. Who am I to question the paint gods? Let's say 1 point. Who am I to question my memory? 1.4. Next is 0. 0. Next is 100, and we're going to need 4.3 grams. 100.
So you just set the scale back to 0 every time you go to mix your next color.
4.3. And you wear glasses if you're blind as a bat. 100. 239. 239. 239. 239. Going once, going twice. 239. Go. 239. 4.3. Let's see if we can overdo this one. I think it's going to be close enough. What do you think?
Probably, I'm sure it's... Two more little drops it. Oh, there you go. 4.3.
99. We need 148.4. 99. 148.4. Uh-oh. We're about out of 99. That ain't good. All right, we got 148.4 in there. Woo, yeah. It's gonna what did I say?
48.4.
148.4. 38. 41. Woohoo. Always hate mixing this stuff here, it's so thick.
Ooh, now you need the 4.
Yeah. That's the little dribble drops. 2. Come on. Come on. 3, 4. Yeah.
Look at that.
140. 140, we're going to need 265.3. 140. Where you at? 140. 265.3. You'd be surprised how heavy paint is by the gram until you start buying pearls. I'll say
65.3.
and my memory ain't worth crap, so that don't help none either. I don't know if the can's gonna hold it. Overfill the can.
So. Wind's picking up again.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit over,
A
but
little bit over, the can held it. So, hey,
it did. Right up to the brim.
It's black, and we're painting black. So. All right.
So move on over here.
Over to the next spill station. I'll fix my light back here so I can see what I'm doing. Nail top on it.
Gonna put her in the shaker.
We'll try to. Top ain't doing too good.
Oh no. That'd be a heck of a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, top ain't doing too good.
Okay.
There's some residuals on it. Let's shake again like we did last summer. You can see the top's been off of something before.
Yeah.
We got a rainbow. Eating rainbow stew in a silver spoon. Just ain't got a silver spoon.
No.
I ain't got a rainbow stew neither. We
got some of Kitchen's Brothers Brunswick stew in the freezer though.
Yeah, we missed the stew cooking this year. Every time we go to Georgia, we wind up working. So we didn't get to go this time because we had to get a job done. But we got some stew though. I had to go buy it. Fresh out of the refrigerator. But still, we got stew. So.
We just didn't get to go
Eat it. Hang out and then get to go video.
Yeah. And hang out.
But that's the way the stews. That's the way the stew lakes, I reckon, what you can say. I'll show you a little trick here. I can find my holes there. Anytime you mix paint up, if you'll poke holes in that little ravine right there, and you see I shook it, and it's got holes in it already, so it don't spill back out. If you put holes in that, and then you get it lined up, 3 to 1 right there, it's 3. You get it lined up with your holes, and you pour right down the side of the can like so. And it goes right in the bucket like so. And then when you get the proper amount that you're looking for, you can see the proper amount you're looking for. Like I said, my light went out over here, so that makes it complicated on every level.
With black paint too.
Yeah. But just pour it over the edge and let it run down the side of the can. Whoops.
And over the side of the bucket.
Well, I was looking at the number, wasn't paying attention. But anyhow, you don't make a mess. Other than you overshoot the bucket if you're not really paying close attention.
Just a minor mess today.
I was trying to show y'all something and screwed it up anyhow. Oh well, but anyhow, you get the gist of it. Let's see, what is it on? So it ain't blind, I can't see nothing. It's on 4. Alright. 3 to 1, ain't on number 4.
3 to 1 to 4 is right there.
Is that 5?
Yeah. That's 5. That's
Okay.
4.
And that's 5 on the paint side.
Okay.
And we didn't make a mess, other than where I missed the can. I mean, stirring pot. And you mix that, and then you mix your hardener with it, or activator, however you want to say it. This is single stage we're putting on the inner fenders and all, so it has to have activator. Base coat just has reducer. So it What do we do? 4?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like to put just a little splash of reducer in there with my paint. That makes it lay down a little bit better. And this ain't gauged. This is just experience.
Just a splash.
There's no number for that. That's just
Just a
knowledge
good
of how you like to
guess.
spray your paint.
Estimated guess.
Yeah. A guesstimated S.
Well, whatever.
That's what we did on the side of the thing. Made a guesstimated mess.
You did all that by yourself.
Alright, you heard it here, folks. I made a mess right by myself. She was holding the camera and taped me making a mess.
I usually clean up the messes. You make them.
Now we've got a witness.
Yeah.
Or with mess. Okay.
Now, time to spray.
Time to put the top back on and go to work.
So second coat,
Second coat engaged.
engaged.
Still got a little bit on the lid. I forgot to pour a little bit in there before a little bit was left from the first mix store.
Alright, well have fun in there. I'm standing out here this time.
Alright. Turn the suction machine on.
Now that they've got underneath the cab painted, we waited on it to dry. So they're going to roll the frame up under the lift so that we can put the cab on it. We're going to push it up there with the forklift. If everything goes well, we'll be putting the cab on here shortly. One step closer to putting the body back on. Alright, well they're about to put the cab on the frame.
Don't want to get jacked because I think the frame's got to come over this way.
Do what?
Yeah, it does.
Because I think the frame's got to come over this way some.
So you got it right here at work?
Well, we gotta do some more calculating like we did earlier.
Did I hear anything about your side of the paper?
A big
to come over toward the passenger side a little bit.
You got the back, well,
Huh?
I think the back's gotta come over. Let it down.
So where does the cab bolts go in at?
He's got to move the frame over just a little bit.
Clear up there?
Yeah.
You want to clear right there? Yours clear on that side? Is yours clear on that side?
Yeah.
It's clear up front of it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's hitting the dipstick.
I'm talking about Sherry like that, everything's okay.
The dipstick? Okie dokie, the dipstick.
Did it go in there?
Huh?
Did it go in there then? I'm trying to get it started.
All right. Well, we're gonna see if they can get the rest of those bolts in. We'll see what we're gonna move on to next.
Good?
I think you're off of it. You should have saw me when he was putting you down on your board and I was behind him and popped up like that. I was like I was gonna catch him.
So this was sitting on boards like the cab was, but in order to put the bed on the frame, had to do it this way because they wouldn't clear the tires. They got underneath it sanded and cleaned up and then painted it black. So I'm going to set the bed on it now.
Turn it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
There you go, who just run forward for it?
I'll move around with it.
Let's see here.
They gotta come over?
Oh, straighten it up now.
Straighten it up.
Yeah? We'll move the minute parts by hand. It's hard to do that with forklift.
Huh?
I said it's hard to do the minute with the forklift. Final touch is when it gets closer to the truck. Coming now. The lift gonna miss your fuel tank?
It looks like.
It ain't gonna miss exhaust.
No.
It'll be close. Well,
We'll land right on top of the exhaust tank.
Mm-hmm.
And the truck needs to go over that way.
Right on your side. As far as the body line.
looks like I got a lot more gap than she's got over here. Now, be your
Needs to go.
So that far off.
Don't giggle.
We just have to put it up on the lift and loosen the cab bolts and see if the cab twists around. We have to put it up on the lift and loosen the cab bolts, see if the cab twists. It's bad, I'm gonna work.
Whatever you did there shifted it just a little bit farther this way.
Well, it's over here and down here for some reason.
I hope it needs to come this way too.
No, you come this way.
Come to you.
Well, while it's on the lift, I was going to do a quick walkthrough of how clean underneath it looks. Everything's been painted. So it looks like a new one under here. They got the bed adjusted to where it lines up better. So when he lets it back down, I'll show you how that turned out. Alright, we're going to let it down so that the weight distributes evenly and see how the bed fits on there after the adjustment.
Okay. Cab, back of the cab is like it needs to come this way.
Did what?
The back of the cab is like it needs to come that way. Yes, I walk. Alright, we got an inch and a half on this side at the top, and we got an inch and 9/16 at the bottom, and an inch and 3/4 at the very bottom. So this side here we got an inch and a half at the top, inch and 7/16. And an inch and 9/16 at the bottom. So that's about as close as we're gonna get it. So now what we gotta do is tighten some bolts up.
Again.
And we'll be ready to put the front clip on just as soon as the core support and the inner fenders finish drying.
Yeah, and it's only after 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's only 3 a.m.
So, not sure what else we're going to get into.
But it's closer than it ever was.
It is. It's looking good.
One more time. So we're probably all going to crash for the night, and we will catch you up in the morning when we get up about lunchtime.
Or after.
Or after. Or maybe even later than that.
So when we come back, it'll be tomorrow. Well, after they adjusted the cab, they were able to get the bed and the cab to line up. After they did that, they put in the front and back glass, passenger side fender, core support, radiator, fan shroud. We've got the vent windows for the door glasses drying. They painted those last night. Once those are dry, we're going to put those in, get the door glass in, and then we'll move on to the other body parts. So we're just going to keep moving forward with it, but it's beginning to look like a truck again finally. So we're going to get busy.
All right, y'all. Well, parts that we have been waiting on, some of them have finally came in. So we got the shocks for it today. But unfortunately, it's going to be a 3-phase video because we're still waiting on other parts. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Sorry it took so long. Doing a build like this takes forever as far as videoing goes, and takes forever as far as the actual working time goes. But we appreciate y'all watching. If you don't mind tuning in for part 3, and you'll see this thing completed and running and driving, because we still hadn't fired the engine up from where I built it in Georgia. So part 3 will be out next week, and we'll get further along on that one. But thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. It helps the channel out. And you can check us out on Patreon, Facebook, any of the social media channels, and check out the eBay store in case you need any parts for your builds you got going on. And we'll try and ship them out as quick as we can. But apparently shipping is delayed. But thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time.